I'm Rick Levine, programmer at the Intellivision games, microsurgeon, PBA bowling, and trucking. And you're watching Papa Pete, the old guy gamer.
Papa Pete, the old ass gamer. Papa Pete, the old ass gamer. If you haven't grown up by the age of 50, you don't have to.
And hey guys, just me starting out. I got a few guys at the backstage I'm going to bring in here. First of all, I wanted to say before I bring everybody else in, thank you so much for watching my channel. I really appreciate it. I have so much fun talking about the things that I love to do. Lance and I were just talking backstage, and that's what I like to do. Is I like to look at the things that I enjoy and talk about the things that I enjoy and share it with you guys because you enjoy it too. And these guys who are coming on here with me today, and there'll probably be some more in and out throughout the show, probably. Are a great bunch of guys who I really appreciate. I just wanted to have a chat, invite everybody who's a member or even a viewer, subscriber. If they want to jump into the chat, into the stream itself, please do. I got a lot of my best friends online here. And I'll start right out. Bring in from GoGameGo. We got Jeff joining me. Hey, Jeff.
Hey, Pete. How's it going?
Good, thanks. As always, Jeff, of course, and I do a lot of stuff together online, whether it's the GoGameGo show and different things, or whether it's this one. Wrestling, and I think we may get into some wrestling again someday. Jeff's been keeping up on it. I haven't. You've been watching a lot of wrestling, eh?
I'm deep into wrestling, Pete, ever since I started back up a couple years ago. I
tried to, but it's like there's only so much time for so many things, right? So
very much so, yeah.
Yeah, cool. Okay, well, I'll bring in of course, Jeff's here with me all the time. Also, we got the incomparable Lance Jennings, who's in lots of our streams, and one of the very first interviews I did on the channel here. Right?
Hi, Pete. Yeah, that was a little over a year ago, I guess.
I might even be closer to 2, man. Or it can't be that long. It's unbelievable how long it's been. Anyway, and JD is with us today. Look at that shirt.
How's it going, guys?
Lance, what's wrong? Oh, it's there. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh.
I forget. I'm sorry.
I got too fat for the unicorn shirt. I'm sorry.
Lance has the rarest Papa Pete shirt in existence.
Wow.
That's right.
Is that because of the controller?
I put a controller on it. It was one shirt got sold. It was Lance before they struck me down. But anyway, next up, a guy who is kind of infamous for helping us out on the Astro Smash Mondays High Score Challenge because he opened things up so we can do all kinds of different challenges now. And a fellow I want to give a special thanks to for his generosity and his following and, just the positivity he brings to me and the motivation he gives me, because I talk to this guy all the time, very often, and I've never met him. And this might be, and he'll tell me here in a second, if it's the very first time I've talked to you and heard your voice. Anyway, without further ado, Mr. Casey Nightall.
Hello, everyone.
Can you hear?
Hi, Casey.
How's it going, Casey?
Yes.
Love the shirt.
Is this the first time we've ever talked? Like talk?
I believe so. I hear you all the time, though.
It's so weird, eh? Because I don't even think about that. That just struck me right then and there. So that's so cool. Thank you so much for all that you do for the community and for the channel. And man, you're into Intellivision too, aren't you?
That's just a small part.
Okay, like other systems too, right?
Oh yeah, I have just about everything for Intellivision. There's still a few things I need to get. I have a whole game room up here in the second story that I'm working on, but it's still a temporary game room. I pretty much got all consoles.
It's friggin' awesome. We got one more fella back. I don't know if is it going to work. Oh, it says they will need to connect their mic cam before you can add them to the stream. So I can't add you to the stream at all. And I'll tell you who it is. It's Psycho Stormtroopers backstage, but I can't add them because you got to do something with your mic or your he's packed out. So he's going to try to get it working, I think. So hopefully Roger joins us in a little bit too. And let's take a look at I'm going to look at the chat, guys, see who's all here so far. First of all, thank you so much, Kurt Brown. I got to go to this screen to do that, don't I? I don't know how to practice with this, guys. Thank you so much, Kurt Bradshaw. He's just become a member and joined the Coco crew. So that's awesome. Thank you so much.
Nice.
Got Kyle 11 in the house, or at least he was there earlier. He might be back. I see Kyle around once in a while. We got Frederick Shea. He joins us. I don't know what did Frederick tell us one night where he was from during one of the streams? Where do you want? I can't remember right off the top.
I'm not sure. Not that I remember.
Frederick watches a lot of the streams, though, a lot of my Intellivision streams. So Mr. Luke Boudreau, the Intellivision collector himself, is listening while he's walking his dog. So I've sent out an invite to him as well to maybe stop in if he has a chance. He's out west. If he has a chance later on, maybe he'll pop in if we're still going. We got Craig Finstad. Now, Craig, I'm glad to see you here because I don't know if I've seen Craig in the streams before, but I do know that Craig is involved with some testing for some of the upcoming homebrews that I've been involved with as well. So Craig, I've been looking at the information Craig provides is incredible. So obviously he knows a lot about Intellivision, and that's awesome to have Craig here today. Now, who else we got here? Salvador is here, of course. Salvador, you got to, I'm going to send you a link, get you on here, get you on this panel right now. Because I'd have up to 10 people on at once. So, and then PJ Smith is here as well. Thank you, PJ, for stopping in. Of course, I said Kurt. We got Casey and Roger. Evening and hello all, and Casey. I guess you're not all Casey. I don't know. Anyway. Well, holy cow, I got lots of things. Stream element. Christopher Westerman, good to see you, man. Michael Hayes is here. There's Atari Creek. What's up, man? Creeper, I send you a link too if you want to stop in. Just let me know. Come on. Big Block, another member of the Coco crew. Same thing, Big Block. Go take a look at the community. There's a members only post on my community page. If you would like to join us here in the chat and talk about a little bit of whatever, please do. Come on in. That'd be awesome. Junebug's here. Hi, Junebug. Thanks for stopping in. Usually see you on Wednesday nights. Anybody doesn't know who's Junebug, Jeff?
It's my mom.
That's right.
She watches all your shows, Pete.
Oh, cool. That's awesome. I appreciate that. That's friggin', I love it, frankly.
I'm hoping she starts watching mine one day.
I think she watches all yours too, and then some. Yeah, really. And Doomer's in the house. Who else? Oh, look at this. Mr. William Muller himself, Electro Knight. Thanks for stopping in, William. Still going through. JD, of course. Yep. Craig is my man. Look at that. Luke knows Craig very well. There you go. And you're welcome, man. You're welcome. I think I am down to the bottom. Now I'm down to the bottom. Hey, it's Metal Torso. Another member. Again, you can check that the members post in my community page, Metal Torso. If you'd like to come on, by all means, you're invited. And last but not least, for coming in here right now, we got Jeff Probst. Keep the camera rolling. So that's awesome. You know, guys, I have no friggin' itinerary for tonight. I just thought we'd get together and talk about this, that, and whatever the chat wants to talk about. How's that for being prepared?
It should work, Pete. The chat usually gets things rolling.
I don't have a very good gift for gab, though. I'm sitting here trying to talk. I wait for you guys. You guys are there. Yep. Yep. But first of all, I have to ask JD. Then I said we're going to talk about TV. We're going to talk about television, games, and sports. So JD, what a frigging goal Saturday night.
With Omar.
Yes.
Oh, it was amazing. And you guys know I'm a Caps fan in the DC area here, but props to obviously the Bruins who have just been dominating all season. But Omar, whenever a goalie scores a goal, it's something special. And that was I think I've watched it 50 times and smiled every time.
I was watching the game. I come on. We had I for anybody who doesn't know, I do public address and I do run the music and stuff for senior hockey here in our small town. It's you're talking the other night there were 700. There's anywhere between 7 to 1100 in the crowd when I do it. And so that usually gets over around 9:30. I come home and it surprised me because Boston was playing in Vancouver, which is usually on at 11 o'clock my time, and it was on at 8. So I only saw the last half. I was watching it, having a beer, and like the clips, they showed 2 or 3 clips, but the one that got me the most, JD, and you'll appreciate this, it was the one from behind the net. Because he couldn't see the net at the other end. There was 3 or 4 players there, but he shot it so high up in the air. He got it down, and shot it like 20 feet in the air, right down into the net. It was like amazing. And through 2 guys too. I mean, it wasn't like a clear shot. Like, so that's that's quite remarkable. And I was actually I did witness one goalie, Hextall scored in the playoffs against the Caps in the 80s. Yeah. And that was one of the first playoff, I think one of the, if not the first playoff goals by a goalie. I remember that was the 80s, right?
Yeah. It was like sometime between like 83 and 87. I can't remember exactly which. Maybe.
Was that not the first goal or one of like the first 1 or 2 shot goals scored by a goaltender? Because Billy Smith is credited with the first goal ever scored by a goaltender. It was because he made a save. It went to the corner. Colorado Rockies player picked it up, went to pass it back to his point during a delayed penalty, and the defenseman missed it, went down the ice and went in. So Smith got the goal because he was the last one to touch the puck.
I think Hextall was the first one to score a true goal, and then I think he was the first one to score a playoff goal too.
Wow.
So, and the one that I saw was the playoff goal. Unfortunately, against the Caps on an empty net that lost the game. But still, as a goalie myself, I love and appreciate that stuff. But I got to tell you, and I don't want to dominate with hockey. I promised I was not going to talk about hockey. I have my fingers crossed though. But the other highlight of that game, until Allmark scored that for me, was the referee Wes McCauley taking out Brad Marchand. Did you see that highlight?
I saw that. I saw that play when it happened.
And it was great. And Wes McCauley's a character himself when he's mic'd up.
And of course, last night, Boston was at Edmonton, and Boston and Washington just made a big trade, and the Caps defenseman who went to Boston got two assists.
Yep.
And the forward who's playing 3rd or 4th line, he got an assist. So,
and on one of them was on the same goal. Both Orly and
Hathaway.
Was it Hathaway? They got a point on the same one. But and we already traded away the 1st round draft pick that we got from you guys.
Oh, geez.
The next day.
Wow.
But some exciting stuff. I do. Caps are pretty much out of it, I think. But the Bruins, between the Bruins and the Canes, I think it's going to be an interesting playoff run.
Yeah, really. So the hockey talk's out of the way, right?
I think so for now, until somebody brings something up.
That's true. It doesn't take much to get us back in there. Hold it. Here's the comment. He's so old he used to watch Bobby Orr play.
That's beautiful.
I do not remember. I hate to say this, but I do not remember seeing Bobby Orr play.
I didn't.
No.
I started watching the year after he retired. Was it 76? I think he retired in 75, 74.
Yeah, 70. He went to play for Chicago that last year, played a few games. I think it was 77, 78. Then he retired.
Okay, right. That was just when I started. So I never got a chance to see him.
Yeah. Oh, Doomer said he saw that Hextall playoff goal too.
Nice.
Cool. Yeah.
What, Big Doomer, where are you located?
He's in Vancouver.
Oh, he's in Vancouver. Okay.
He's in Vancouver. Yeah.
Nice.
Casey, what's the scoop?
As far as what?
What's the scoop? Rev says that you're handsome and wants to know if you want to pick.
He found that out at PRGE. He hasn't left me alone since.
Well, just remember, if need be, I have videos and pictures from PRGE this year, which I still have to make a video of lots of Rev there too. So if Rev's threatened me and says, "Don't put my pictures, don't use those pictures or videos in your thing." I think I squeezed one in so far, but
he was on there.
Just beat the Leafs in the playoffs. Oh. Do you realize it's been over 20 years since Toronto's won a playoff series?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were pretty good regular season a couple of years, but ended up tanking. We just got somebody, Sandin, from the Leafs. We traded Gustafsson, who had been doing great.
I want to go back to a comment that Michael had. Michael Hayes in there. He said that he wanted to make a Vectron gameplay video. I started reading it. Made it to level 9 today and pulled off the Easter egg. Oh no!
Oh, that's painful.
What's the Easter egg?
Well, there's an extraordinarily detailed Easter egg in Vectron, and I did it in the video, but I did it in the video using the hack version, Michael's hack version. So it's a lot. It's still not easy to pull off just because it's so precise and detailed. But yeah, if he did it in an actual game and made it to level 9, that's too bad, because level 9 in and of itself, well, except for Jeff. Jeff can get to level 9 no problem in Vectron, right?
That was a rough video. I don't know if I made it to the second screen. I think maybe.
Actually, I did play it once.
You had a series of bad videos there, didn't you?
Yeah, it's kind of a tradition. My D2K arcade was okay though.
It was. Hey, well, if we hadn't have kept giving Chuck more chances, you won. Oh, play it again, Chuck. Play it again, Chuck.
Yeah, that looks really great.
It is a fantastic game. And William's in here now. Like William said, if anybody's looking for it, email electronite@hotmail.com.
Oh, you got the physical, Jeff.
Yeah.
Courtesy of Casey.
Thanks to this guy right here.
Yeah.
Casey sent a copy to Jeff and to Chuck. Yeah, that's awesome.
Well, I had the awesome original Donkey Kong for Intellivision, and that's all I've ever played.
We all love that game too. At least,
right.
It's kind of like one of your children. You love it because you have to.
Well, it's so ugly, or it's so ugly it's cute.
Yeah. Well, it's like
not kids. I'm talking usually about so ugly. Anyway, bad transition. bad segue. Usually you talk about like dogs that way or whatever. They're so ugly they're cute. I wasn't talking about kids, just for the record.
Okay, here we go. This is a good question, Willie. If Dr. Ports, do you guys know Dr. Ports? I know that.
Yeah.
Stacy, I couldn't call you Stacy. Casey does. But they're all right here. What would be an arcade game you'd like to see Mr. Dr. Ports do? You can talk. It's okay.
A good Zaxxon game.
A good Zaxxon. But we got space.
There's one.
Space
oh, is there?
Yeah, there's one. There's a good
okay.
homebrew already.
I was not familiar.
So these are the only Dr. Ports games out now, and it's Clax.
Yeah.
Okay. Omega Race.
Got it.
Wizard of War, which is fantastic. Cosmic Avenger. And last but not least, you got Fantasy. So and I'm sure William's actually looking for games like chat. Let's I don't know where Roger went.
It wouldn't be my first pick, Pete, but I was talking to Casey about this. Since we've got homebrews of Donkey Kong and Donkey Kong Jr., I want to see Donkey Kong 3 because I really like that arcade game. It's a lot of fun.
I've sincerely played that very, very little. Not very much at all.
The trilogy.
Yeah. That's basically what there is, right? 1, 2, and 3. Is that it?
Yep.
For actual Donkey Kong?
Hey, Pete, have they done a Joust homebrew type for Intellivision?
I was just about to say that, man.
I don't think so.
Joust would be amazing.
Joust, I think, would be, pretty amazing. I mean, there was rumors that it was in the works before, the crash.
I love that game.
Yeah, it was.
I don't. How about stuff like, what I like? Tapper.
Tapper is one of my favorite games of all time, and I keep hoping that it comes out on Switch, like some sort of port, like retro port. I love Tapper.
No, Tapper would be cool.
Is
There
it
used to
root
be
beer Tapper or Tapper? Or either? There's a Budweiser Tapper, and then there's root beer Tapper, right?
I just remember playing just Tapper.
Yeah, I think there's root beer Tapper and Tapper, like, that was actually sponsored by Bud or something like that.
Yeah, the original Tapper was Budweiser, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And they switched to root beer Tapper for what?
Kids.
Consoles? Yeah.
Yeah. Not for consoles, just in arcades. Like, I think when they had the Budweiser, when they could only put it in bars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Arcades had root beer Tapper, basically. Maybe you can have tequila Tapper, and then after you go through a couple rounds, it gets all fuzzy.
I played it on. I think I played what did I play it on? Commodore 64. Did that have it? I think Commodore 64 had Tapper.
What Tapper? Okay.
Oh yeah, I'm sure it did.
Because I remember playing it over my buddy's place a lot.
I know the honeydew list.
Well, I remember in the LA area, they used to have a game show, and it was guys playing different arcade games, and every week, it'd be a different one. And I remember Tapper, Paperboy, Joust, that era of games.
You guys keep talking. I got a message I got to send.
Maybe Battle Zone or something like that. Could they pull that off in a pseudo vector?
But arcade game I really like that no one ever talks about is Puyan. I always liked that game. The one with the pigs and the wolves.
I've heard of it.
I don't think I've heard of that. What is that?
Puyan, Pooyan.
Okay.
It was on an episode of Starcade. If you remember that game show back in that was it early mid 80s with Jeff Edwards?
I remember that. I mean, I remember hearing about it. I don't think I ever got anything like that actually here where I am, but here's a question from what I liked was Blood Brothers, but I don't think he'd ever pull it off.
Puyan, this on Wikipedia, there was a PS4 version.
It might be in Arcade Archives.
Okay.
I think it's just the arcade port, probably. I've never heard of a sequel.
This is NS. I'm guessing that might be the Switch. This is 2019.
Yeah, it's on Switch as well.
Okay.
Michael A says he played Puyan on Atari. He hated it. Yeah, I wouldn't go by the Atari version.
Remember Pango?
Yes.
I love Pango.
That was Sega, wasn't it?
I don't remember.
No. He was birthed by Papa Pete.
He told me that once that he birthed you, so it's stuck.
Oh, did he? Well, there you go. He's full of it though, typically, right? I just sent him a link for him to come on, but I don't think you'll see him come. He wouldn't dare. Too shy,
Oh no, eBay auctions.
Oh no, what's going on with eBay auctions?
Stuff closing, and I'm on my phone, so I can't go do anything.
Uh-oh, fingers crossed.
Somebody else might get it.
Here's Rev.
Well, it could be worse. I found out I forget which game it was, but I was betting against Papa Pete on eBay.
That's right. What was that?
SpaceCon. That's what it was.
Yeah. And this guy is the guy who actually won it.
Yeah. I'll get it right.
So did you know you were bidding
auctions?
Did you know you were bidding against each other, or did you find out after?
No, we found out
that out afterwards.
After.
That's funny.
Oh yeah. You know what? Rev came for the dancers, and it's like the dancers are. I have the dancers going in OBS. I don't have the dancers in this. I'd have to try to upload them. I don't think it would work.
Oh.
But you never know. I could try to do that just for Rev.
Sure. That's better than the halftime show at Super Bowl.
Oh yeah, really.
I forgot what we said that time. One of them was Rev. One was C-Mart. Who was the third one?
We'll say Luke.
I say, was she holding a copy of Sharp Shot?
All right, let's see. I'm trying.
That would be Rick.
No, I have one of them that I get a copyright strike every time I use it, which is that one. So where's the other one?
What was the dancer asking for royalties or what?
It's the music, right?
Oh,
And the thing about it is like I just turned it on. It's on for like a minute during a 2-hour stream when I go to the bathroom or something, right? This the first version I had, and then so like all of a sudden I'll turn on the computer and be like, your video from July 18th has got a copyright claim on it, not a strike, but just a claim.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll have to go and I'll have to change the music for like a minute. And it's easy to do, but it's just a pain in the butt, right?
Yeah, that would be.
I can't find them.
You lost the Dancing Girls?
I lost the Dancing Girl.
Oh no!
Can't lose them, Pete. You're gonna start losing subs.
Well, that's it. Hey, Hasselhoff, right on. Thanks for stopping in, man. Ooh la la. Oh, hold it. Let's see. Okay, I'm slow here on the jump here. Like there's Luke. All right, that's good.
Ooh la la.
There we go.
La. Ooh la la.
is that Zsa Zsa Gabor
Perfect. I don't know. I can't.
or Eva? I don't.
Shit,
I don't-
doesn't matter.
There you go.
I think it is.
Let's see. There we go. That was what it was right there. All right, but if I go to find this video, you guys are going to sit there waiting for me to get back. So I can't go find the video because you won't talk.
Well, we can talk about anything, right? So
I talk about it. Hey, go ahead, Lance.
40 years ago today, the last episode of MASH for 2.5 hours. End of an era, and it's still living strong in reruns. I know. Is that MeTV? They show 2 episodes every night.
And show of hands, who cried?
I don't know about crying. It was just, oh, that's it.
I did.
Which time?
Probably like Radar. There were some. It's been many years since I've seen it. I did see it again since the original airing, but I can't recall. I mean, I remember bits and pieces of it, but I remember being really emotional because we watched as a family. I mean, that was something we watched quite regularly.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only time I've seen it. Just when it showed live. I haven't seen it since.
I think they even re-aired it. I think I seem to recall they re-aired it like a week later or a couple of days later for people that missed it or something like that. I think it was that big of an event. I was so amazed. I don't know if you guys saw the comparisons of finales, that article that I sent you. So there were, it's so untouchable even by today's standards of how many people viewed that finale, and they compared it in modern day to like Game of Thrones finale that everybody in the world was, and that's asynchronous too. I mean, that's people just viewing it at all different times. Total views was way less than all of the viewers combined live for MASH. I mean, that's saying a lot. And they talked about it just blew away Cheers, Seinfeld, all those shows too, and really remarkable shows, and probably nobody else really touched that.
What was number 2? Do you remember?
I mean, they were all pretty far back. Let me go back and.
Well, there's so many more channels now that it's spread.
I have stats in the little. I just released a little video. I managed to get it pumped out there about 15 minutes before we open, and 105.9 million viewers.
Yeah,
this was 1983, and it was 77% of all televisions on at that moment were watching MASH. Think about
Crazy.
that. How is that? That is just, it's impossible to get that
Yeah.
number again with the selection that we have.
You can't even get that for a Super Bowl.
No.
No,
The
couldn't.
Super Bowl is the only thing basically that's beating the number, the raw number, but nowhere's near the.
Yeah. So here, Cheers did 80 million, Seinfeld around 76 million, and Friends about 52 million. Whereas Game of Thrones, which was not live per se, 13.6 million viewers in its finale, and it went up to about 19 million if you count like replays and early viewing and stuff like that. So I guess people watched it that day, but again, it's not synchronous. I mean, it's people are watching it at all different times. I mean, I'm sure somebody tuned in at 12:01 a.m. To view it, but I mean, but that's remarkable. I mean, even at its best, so 80 million.
Did you notice the shows you mentioned? They went down the newer the show is because Cheers was like next, then Seinfeld was a little bit lower.
Friends, there's a
Friends
drop
was
off.
even lower off after that.
Well, also that people were kind of time shifting too with VCRs as time went on too. Like not everybody was necessarily had to watch it live, although we still did. I mean, there were several shows, whether it be like The Simpsons, like that Sunday night lineup. It was just a nice time for family to get together and watch stuff. And now everybody's in their own rooms, watching it on their iPads at all different times of the day and week.
Rev's got the solution if I can't find the video. Oh, Casey said anything about it. So, as the night goes on, you never know. Matt?
Do you have a filter that can turn him into a silhouette?
Well, we'll see. Okay. We'll see what we can do. Matt, I swear to you, this is subscriber appreciation night. You're always here. You tune in, you watch the videos. And I've yet to play Kool-Aid Man for you. I think I might have played it once and it was terrible. Not the game, but the way I played it because I didn't know what I was doing. And I am going to play that one of these days for you, and you're going to be so surprised. It'll probably be the Tuesday night that you miss.
That's how it works, right? All this time and he misses it. Yeah.
Rev is on the East Coast, so I don't know what it's on out here. Like, I don't think I can see MASH anywhere but on Disney Plus at the moment. But it used to be on every Fox station going. Like, 10
it was.
15 years ago.
We have it. I can't remember what it's on. It's not on Disney here. It's interesting, like what shows up on Disney Plus for you, Pete, in Canada versus Disney Plus in America.
Is it a big difference?
Yeah. There's a lot because I can't remember what show it was specifically, but you were like, "Oh, it's on Disney Plus," and it was on something. It was something I think like Hulu related. Hulu, and like I figured it'd be on Crave, and you were like, "No, it's on." I can't remember what show it was, but it was strange to me that it was on Disney.
How does Disney have a CBS show? They on ABC, right?
Considering it's ABC,
but it's 20th Century Fox, right?
Oh, they own that.
Oh, there you go. Yep.
So.
Good call.
Okay.
Good call.
Yeah.
Or it's just 20th now, or what is it called? Century, or what was it called now?
I don't know.
I know it's on
homebrew videos.
That's like with Everybody Loves Raymond. That's on Peacock, which you think of NBC, and Raymond was on CBS.
It was on CBS,
yeah.
But didn't David Letterman's company produce Raymond? What was that? Worldwide Pants?
Worldwide Pants.
Yeah. And that was NBC, so I guess that's how it's going.
Well, I guess. Well, he hopped from NBC to CBS too, so that's probably why that was on CBS. I mean, and still Letterman's company.
Thanks for tuning in, Carlos. Oh, Mike has a question. Who can answer this? Casey, you're both the only one who possibly could answer this. A question, I think.
I have never played, man.
You've never? Do you have? You have it?
I don't have
lots of them,
but
I've never played one.
Do you have the 125 now, Casey?
I am missing Learning Fun 2.
Learning Fun 2.
I
And
thought I had it, but I have two Learning Fun ones.
Oh wow. You have a box for the
Impressive.
other 124 as well, right?
The what?
You have complete in box the other 124.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
A lot of them multiple times. I have a cool show and tell if anyone wants to see a couple things.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We can do
The
better
other
than
day,
that.
I
We
got a
can, if you want
package
show and
from
tell, there you go.
the Intellivision collector himself.
Oh,
Nice.
awesome.
Luke. Ah,
Oh wow.
Nice.
it's
Now,
funny.
for those who might not know, that game was released by IntiHome, right? It came out of Italy.
I had no idea that even existed.
Super Series, sweet.
Super Series. Yeah.
Yes.
The second one. This is my second one.
Nice. That for anybody like who isn't aware, just hold on. That Super Series is World Series Major League Baseball, except for it was the Intellivision Inc. version, correct, Casey? Or is it the INTV
yes.
form?
Very hard to get. It's after they lost the license.
Right. So it was after Mattel was done. It was like Mattel was, yeah.
Oh wow, never even seen this.
Now, how many of those actually get out? They got a cease and desist on that one from what's the name of that company, Jeff? I know you know it in
Was it
Lance.
Payo?
Payo.
Are there any shots of
PEYO.
the back of that box on like the Smurfs box or the Ghostbusters box? I've never seen them. Oh wow.
Why is it called Smurf instead of Smurfs?
Smurfs Rescue in Gargamel's Castle.
I don't know.
Well, he showed Fortress. That one, I think that's the first ever homebrew, right?
Yeah, but that was the
Right.
fourth version of it from LTO.
Okay.
Okay.
So that's. I still want to talk about the ones you've already showed. The Fortress one, like he said, there's 4 different versions. Correct? Is that right?
Yeah, there was a Philly Classic. I can't
Yeah.
remember. There's about 30 of them. And then the regular box version, close to 100, I think. Maybe that was
Okay.
total. And
Yeah.
then there
Wow.
was Intelligent Vision.
Right.
And then there was the one I just showed, which is the only one I
LTO.
currently have, LT Left Turn Only.
Right. Now I've
Now,
seen.
I used to have all of them, but I
Did ya?
sold out like 14 years before I started collecting again, and I regret it.
Yeah, well, those Philly Classic ones are going to be off. I've seen them. Just C-Mart showed them to me before on, like this.
If
But,
somebody posts one, I will buy it. Nobody will beat me.
Challenge accepted.
What's Ghostbusters like for Intellivision? I honestly did not know that existed. And
I
funny
am
enough,
just
just got it
pulling
for Switch. What's up?
I am just pulling it out of the box. I just barely bought it and got it in the mail the other day. I saved
cool.
it in case I could show some on here.
Nice.
Nice.
Very cool.
Ooh, Sydney Hunter.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now, is that the one that Smurfs became? Or is that the
I-
other? There's 2 or 3 different Sydney Hunters, right?
Yeah, there's a few. I have them all now.
Yeah, that's
used
the
to
one
go
that
backwards
when
there.
Smurf got a cease and desist, they turned it into Sydney Hunter.
Wow.
Is Payo the only company that's did a cease and desist on Intellivision homebrews?
Rev might be Rev and Willie would be the best ones to answer that question because they probably would have experienced it the most. But Quovatus, that's another indie home. See the logo up at the top. Oh, what happened to my?
And then I got the last thing in the box was an 8 set where the Blue Sky Rangers just took some of the games that are already out and added a sticker. But of course,
yes,
I have to have it.
Perfect. It's amazing these companies are still making games for Intellivision. I mean,
Yep.
Intellivision's what, 1979? That's
Yeah.
fantastic.
The end
Yeah.
of it.
I remember I had Ghostbusters on the Commodore 64.
Not even a little bit barred from the chat, Hasselhoff. And Rev and Seymour get together, and or I should say Rick and Paul, who aren't here. Rick and Paul and Seymour, they're always talking about assless chaps. So
Well,
you can't say it in the first what?
if-
Can't say it in the first 90 seconds of a video, or they get upset with you. Figure that one out.
There's
Yeah,
the title of the next homebrew, Assless Chaps.
if we bring up David Lee Roth, Diamond Dave's synonymous with assless chaps.
But what was the show? They said that it's the absolute truth. All chaps are assless. Otherwise, they're not chaps.
It's a requirement.
Willie says, "Get to the point, guys." Well, we have a question out there for Willie. How many different cease and desists have there been in television homebrew history?
Ah,
Oh, look at that!
Oh. You know, I don't know if I knew Jungle Hunt existed either.
I had to get that off the screen right there. Okay,
I remember bidding on one. And it went over $300 on eBay.
JD,
Wow.
I know where there's one for sale right now.
Really?
Intellivisioncollector.com.
Nice.
You should go look right this second. Don't say a word. I'll wait till JD sees it.
I've been thinking about making it a fourth one.
Let's see. Is that? I'm gonna take it back down. Or do you like this? You have the spotlight right now, Casey.
What do you want to see? I think I have just about everything.
Oh my.
JD just found it.
I just found it. Holy crap.
You guys want to see something else from Casey? You let me know. We'll put her back up there. Oh, Rev, I love that idea.
You want me to show you
Yes,
Pitfall
that'd be
3?
cool.
Pitfall
You have
3?
it there? It's coming.
Not yet.
And like I say, Ghostbusters, Quo Vadis, Spider-Man, right? Was just come out. There aren't too many Spider-Man kicking around. James Bond is going to be start shipping tomorrow.
Cool.
From Inti Home. And Spider-Man and James Bond, they're remakes of or ports of the Atari Classic, which were originally scheduled to be ported over to the Intellivision. It just didn't happen due to the crash, right? Hey, look at this guy's in here. What's going on?
Chuck. Well, what about something from the Atari 2600? You know, is there a classic game that you think might do well on the Intellivision? As far as, you know, somebody doing a new homebrew?
Who's got some ideas?
Well,
I mean, like,
classic would be Yars Revenge.
Okay, Yars or like a Barnstorming, would that, you know, translate?
Been a lot of talk about Yars Revenge on Atari Age over the last few months. So that's all I'll say about it.
Gotcha.
Okay. But that's a classic game, not an arcade game, eh? It's weird. Like when you think of Atari games, even to go over, there aren't many like that I would like to see straight ports. I mean, I'm anxious to see E.T. and Raiders.
Yeah.
I want to play them on my channel sometime soon. That would be awesome. I have them coming. I have physical copies. There you go.
Go big or go home. There you go.
Put it up there again. Always good to see right there.
Oh yeah.
Original, right? Not a repro.
Oh yeah, that's original.
Yep.
Yeah.
I have the repro boxes as well, but this is original. I paid dearly for that option.
Fantastic.
What the heck happened? I can't get back to the. Oh, here we go.
Well, now it's the Casey show.
Well, TV's Hasselhoff has a great one, Cosmic Arc.
I was just about to, God, that's so strange.
Yeah.
The same thing as Lance, too.
I like that.
Was that the one we were saying it was the sequel to Atlantis?
Yeah. I think so.
Nice. Well, what about
I think the ships were the same, right?
That's
what about Magic games for Atari that they did not release for Intellivision? Because there's got to be more.
There's not a ton. I don't think there's a lot.
Laser Gates. Casey.
Yeah.
You got to see this comment.
Where?
Nice.
Overlay sets. Nice.
Wow.
Oh, that's beautiful. Okay, I'm trying to see them all. I can see the Psycho Stormtrooper, the Sears ones. What's behind them? All right, I can go big again here.
The Orphans.
Oh, that's the Intellivision Revolution and CBS overlay pack. Yes, yep. I've got that one, and I've got the Sears one thanks to C-Mart. But I don't have the Psycho Stormtrooper ones. For what year, Casey? What year is that?
This is Series 3. I have only that one. I'm still looking for the other two. I have 2 of all these, except for that one, of course.
Okay.
But Series 1, Roger actually hand cut him. That's very hard to get. I seen it posted the other day, and I offered to buy it, and they said no, thank you.
Oh wow. Roger gets his plumbing done. He'll join us and tell us a story behind them. Maybe that would be awesome. Get that plumbing done.
I've been talking to Roger off and on for over 20 years, and I've never seen him.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Well, I thought we might get him here today. Who else is a PJ? I don't know if PJ's still in there. Come on, Kurt, or if anybody else would like to pop into the chat, just let me know. We'll send the thing over. Hey, Steve, how you doing, Steve? I'm behind in the chat. Okay, everybody. Summary. Had to step away. Everybody repeat everything they said for the last 10 minutes. That's awesome. Yes, Payo sent. Is that the only one though, Rev? Is the thing, is what is the question. If we do that one happen? I'd heard about that one.
I can't believe that Nintendo didn't send one out. They send stuff out to people who just do free versions of homebrew stuff, let alone trying to sell it. It's amazing.
My newest member of the Coco Crew, Kurt Bradshaw. Kurt, if you could send me a message somehow, I'll send you the link to come on in and join us, and you could show some of your stuff, because I know Kurt has everything but Spiker.
Nice.
Actually, with Steve here, I'm going to show something which I think I don't know if I've ever shown it in the chat, but I've shown it in. I don't think I've ever shown it in the stream. I believe I've just shown it to maybe you guys behind the scenes. Thank you, Steve. Steve, of course, I'm trying to think of which. Is this Steve from Toronto? I'm not sure. I guess I shouldn't. I'm not sure. 100% sure. Oh, look at that. The demo.
Nice.
This is a better one.
Oh, wow.
It's not Steve Jones, the guitar player for the Sex Pistols, is it?
I don't think so.
Okay. Just checking.
But I just got thinking, I think it's another. Look at that. Nice.
Impressive.
Wow.
That's beautiful.
Nothing like C-Mart, but I'm trying. I've only been back at it for 2 years.
That's impressive. It's impressive, Casey.
Yeah, that's absolutely Jeff. I can't even wrap his brain around all those different ones. That's awesome. Michael, we'll see you soon. We got a video coming out tomorrow night, Mike, too, just so you remember, let you know. So everybody, I got a video popping up at around 6 o'clock Eastern tomorrow night. And just to give you a hint, hopefully you stuck around long enough to see my outro of the pole position one, but this video tomorrow starts with the outro from the pole position video. So,
are there any homebrew updates of pole position or turbo?
No.
See, those to me, those are both pretty disappointing. Although I think pole position looked a little bit better than turbo, right? If I recall correctly, graphically.
That seems to be the consensus, but it's not saying a whole lot.
But playability wise, I think you were saying turbo maybe a little bit better than.
You got a play cable?
Wow.
Nice.
Holy crap.
I'm the only one I know of that has both versions of the box.
Wow.
That's nuts.
And they're all full.
Wow.
And I think the hardest thing to get, besides the box, is this guy. The catalog.
Okay, yeah.
Wow.
I remember that being
does not have one of these.
Wow, that's impressive. Yeah, because
Casey,
Mattel had.
go ahead.
I was saying Mattel had Mickey Mantle advertising the play cable. I don't think they had
that.
Plimpton.
Oh, nice.
I don't think they had Plimpton on those.
Nope. You're right.
This is Steve. Okay, I apologize, Steve, but it's like I've had a Steve Jones in one of the chats, and it's not been you. It's been a different Steve Jones altogether. I don't know if that makes sense, but you know what I mean. There's been 2 Steve Jones in my chat quite a while. This is Steve from Toronto.
Casey, do you have the Intellivision synthesizer?
Not yet.
Not yet. I like how you qualified that.
I have not found one to buy. But
Chris, JD was just checking that out. the Jungle Hunt on Intellivision Collector, so I was waiting for his reaction, and he did not.
You got it.
He did not fail to impress me with his reaction when he saw it.
Give up some season's tickets for that. Oh,
Nice.
Wow. Oh, I've never even seen that.
Asparagus.
I mean, I've never seen. I've seen a picture. Right? That's cool.
You bet. Well, when you have a collection like that, nothing better than flexing, right, Casey?
A little bit, yeah. I'm finally getting to show it off. I'm just now getting it all set up and out of the box.
Casey, there's a beautiful Intellivision demo unit here in St. Louis. You need to come get.
Nice. I don't know where mine is. Mine's out.
I would like to come get that.
What's that?
I got some.
No, wait. Are those official?
Yeah.
Are they official? No, because I go back to that one night on the one stream on GoGameGo on Amazon. There was a Chinese bootleg GoGameGo mask on Amazon.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's nice. There you go.
Wow.
So there you go. So William never had any issues. I mean, and they would hear, they know, they talk. If there's stuff going on, they know about it for sure. Kurt, I guess they already did. I'm that far behind in the chat here. Kid in a candy store.
We were talking about Joust. I didn't realize there was a Joust on the 2600.
Oh my word! I'm so far behind the chat. It's crazy, guys. If I missed something, I'm sorry. That's a good one. Just asparagus.
Yeah,
nice.
Wow, nice.
The nice thing about this one is it's sealed.
Oh my gosh.
Fantastic. Hey, Casey, are the keypads on that the puffy style or they're the flat?
This one looks to be flat.
Okay.
Open it up just to make sure.
All right.
No.
This one's open. They look to be flat though.
Okay.
Can you see
pictures and you can't really tell, but
no, I didn't realize that. I thought, oh wow. I guess I thought it was just like silver tone instead of gold. I thought that was like the only difference. I didn't realize there was a flat.
The System 3 was silver as well.
Okay.
And in that they did both the puffy and the flat style keypads.
I don't like the flat ones.
So when you say flat, I mean, are we talking like Atari 400 type?
Like the
flat?
Intellivision 2.
Yeah, like the Intellivision.
Like the Intellivision 2. Okay.
Yeah, they don't have the puffy tactile. It's just when you grow up playing the original one, you're used to that feel. For it to be a real Intellivision, you need that feel.
But when you think about it, though, I mean, if you have the overlay on top of it, it's going to be kind of flat. I mean, you don't get the same playability, obviously, but it's going to be
I don't use the overlays in any competitive game because if you have to look, you already lost.
Yeah.
Yep.
Especially baseball.
The only one I didn't have to.
Yeah, when you get playing
baseball. My dad and I got so good at like baseball, and like it was like second nature.
I've got to figure something out and practice up, challenge this guy when I get out there in October. Right, Casey?
What was that?
I say I got to practice up so I get out there and challenge you in October.
You can try. Most people can't even score a run on the first baseball or a hit even.
Well, we'll give it a go. If you beat me, you beat me. That's fine. But
we'll definitely have to record it. Roger is one we need to get to play. He's supposed to be really good as well.
Right on. It's been so many years since I've actually played against somebody. I wouldn't know if I was any good at it or not. I mean, I was when I was 14, but guess what? Ballistic Coffee Boy, thanks for stopping in, man. Good to see you.
My dad and I used to get very vocal playing that game.
There's a few games where that happened over here. But like you guys were saying, once you got playing a game and you learn it by feel, you didn't need the overlay anymore. I mean, think of like Tarman or B-17 Bomber, anything where you really need the overlays. You get to know by feel.
Yeah.
The other guy's an imposter, Steve says.
I don't know where it is, but I have something really cool that most people have not seen. I left a lot of the consoles in the box. I have an Arabic Intellivision.
You do have
nice.
one?
Yes.
I have only seen the one before.
Oh,
C-Mart. Yeah.
C-Mart has the boxed one. Mine is loose, but having one is king. I don't know which box it's in. There's a lot of console boxes still. When I made this room, I had literally 100 and something boxes from eBay over the last couple of years that I had to go through and open.
oh.
Guys, if anybody is, and I'm going to try to get down to the bottom of the chat here right now, and then I'm going to put out an open invite. If any of you guys would like to pop in and ask any questions or join us on the stream, once again tonight, it's I appreciate so much that we're just having this to have. Thank you, Casey, for all that you do and bringing all these things on to show tonight. That's freaking awesome. Who was it? Doomer said I should have a new channel. I'll find all the big collectors and have them show off their collections
Show and
on
tell.
my channel. Everybody wants to do that. That's awesome. So I really appreciate that, Casey. But I'm
C-Mart
trying to get down to the bottom quickly so I can.
Kurt's got the Intellivision synthesizer and system changer. Very cool.
Yeah, I'd like to get the synthesizer. Well, I
Yeah,
like
I
the
would
system
too.
changer too, but
I think it'd be fun. People have like rigged that for MIDI. It's kind of funny.
Now the changer, right? Is that's only good on the 2? You couldn't use it on a 2609.
oh wow, look at that! You got
Yeah.
3 system
Nice.
changers there.
Jeez.
I'm not sure, Lance.
Oh, there you go. There's another Arabic system. Steve has one. Steve Roney has one.
Wow,
Casey.
did not know that existed.
Yes, he got that one. I was bidding on that one.
What's
All right,
that?
you hold on. I'll chalk
those?
fishing. Hey, those are under Brazil, right?
Yes, very hard to get.
What are they?
It's a knockoff in Brazil. They actually need an adapter to play. I don't have the adapter.
Whoa. But I mean, are there existing versions of Intellivision games that were just in a different format? Like
Yes,
physical?
but I don't know a lot of the history. I just know pretty much what C-Mart and Roger have told me over the years.
Mm.
But
Wow.
I picked
That's
these
good.
up from C-Mart at PRG last year.
Nice.
Wow.
You down, bud? I think she wants down.
Hey, Casey's
That's
keeping the economy going.
I don't know if this will work or not.
That's hilarious.
That is
Guys, we're an hour in. Don't know how long we're going to go till we get bored. I'm going to put something up in the chat, and then I'm going to play a little video. You guys don't go anywhere. Right here. We'll figure it out. This is dedicated to Rev and C-Mart. Okay, so I'm going to post this. If a couple of you want to join, I know Chuck's going to join here in a second, but we'll split off here in just a moment. I'll take care of the cat that's about to jump on me too. Here, oh, there, got her out. There is the link. Did it work? There's the link, guys, if you want to join us on the stream. And in the meantime, where to go? Guess what I got working?
Best halftime show ever.
There you go. You asked for it, you got it. I just sent Chuck the link too, so Luke wants his $2 every time that plays. His logos are up there on it.
All I can think of is in Better Off Dead. I want my $2.
Oh wow, Kurt's got the
Yeah,
band.
that's really cool.
Kurt, we're gonna get you on here, buddy.
TJ.
We can talk some hockey too.
Hey, Chuck.
Hey,
Chuck.
what's happening, everyone?
What's going on, man?
Hey, Chuck.
I was just cuddling with my LTO. That's all. I was
There you
just
go.
I was just taking a nap. It's always by me. What
That's
is
awesome.
happening?
We got room for 4 more on here. Hey, Brian F. Good to see you. If anybody wants to join
Party.
in, TJ just stopped in. That's awesome. Thanks for stopping in, TJ. Let's see. Yeah. Anybody else? I put the link up there, or send me a message in the chat. If a way I can send it to you, Kurt. If you want to show some of that stuff off, you freaking send. You can go to the community page on my channel, and you'll find the direct link there to join the group. So that's awesome. Oh, let's see.
Been a minute, Chuck. How you doing?
And get your
Dude,
Papa
I'm
Pete shirt.
doing awesome, man. Good to see you.
Good. Good to see you too, man.
So I forgot the rarest homebrews of them all.
DJ, get on here. That way, like Casey always says.
DJ, get on. Oh, Robot Rubble.
Oh, nice.
And these,
Dude, I love that.
these are the first ones from Roger, Psycho Stormtrooper, that got the Activision treatment.
Yeah.
Good night. Wow.
Wow.
Nice.
I believe there's only like 10.
Right on, Kurt. No problem there. Someday, buddy. We'll get you to
Where did I see Robot Rubble? I thought someone made a box for that. Did Intellivision Collector or Revolution have one in a box now?
Yeah,
They're
they're
different
newer
versions,
versions, but that's the first one.
Because I think it was Yeah, exactly. That one's actually up on Intellivision Collector right now, unless it's sold. But it was up. It was a pretty penny though. But
yeah, the first ones I showed are the very first ones that were specially made by Psycho Stormtrooper.
wow. Oh, Bandai console.
Nice. So that's went from having a couple. I know now like 5 people with them, just from the show tonight. If William has one, Steve Roney has one, Kurt has one, and C. Martin Casey. Does that sound about right? Is that all you know of, Casey?
I only knew of 3, so that you taught me about a few more.
There you go. Well, this has all come out since we started talking about them. That's pretty awesome.
I believe CMAR has the only box one though.
Where did Kurt say back here? You hold on. I put it up for a second. I'm going back to try to find Kurt's post. Right there. I have the Bandai Intellivision console in box with manual. Also, 4 Intellivision games for it with manuals.
Well, that's the Bandai. That's a different one.
Oh, the Bandai. Oh, I'm sorry.
That's Japanese.
Right.
I have that one sealed in the box.
Oh wow.
Okay,
That's insane.
I get it confused. I saw Seamer had a stack of 7 of those in a picture.
Yeah, but he has quite a bit of that.
That's right. My mistake, guys. My mistake.
So who's getting the new Foo Fighters pinball machine?
I was thinking about getting 2.
20.
You got only 12 grand.
Just sell a car.
Yeah.
Get 2.
Unreal.
Hey Pete,
That's
can
cool,
I get?
though. I love those.
Oh.
I'd love it.
Can I get a quick plug in?
There it is. Absolutely.
All right, guys. This is back in stock. It's been very hard to get. It's been climbing on eBay. Intellivision. It's one of the best homebrews out there. You can get it at IntellivisionRevolution.com. Rev.
Yep.
And then one of my favorite all-time games. I played it at PRGE from the Intellivision Collector. If you do not have Operation Cloudfire, you need to go over to IntellivisionCollector.com and grab one. They are in stock still. It is a great game.
Yeah.
I got a lot of reflection here.
Oh wow, that looks really good.
It is good.
Intellivision 2022 Homebrew of the Year
What
physical.
is it called again? Cloudfire?
Operation
Cloudfire.
Cloudfire.
I haven't heard of it, but it looks awesome.
I've done a ton of videos on it, JD.
Highly recommended. And Intellivision as well.
Not saying you don't watch it.
In other words, Pete, I'm not a true fan. Sorry, Pete. You have like 1,000 videos. I will look for it.
I have seen them all, Pete.
Casey's so dedicated. He went back and got watched all the old ones I did when I was first starting with Connor and all this stuff. Right after I did it with Connor.
He said
Well,
he watched all Pete's outtakes too.
I work in a factory for Gallo Wine.
Yeah.
And my job, we all listen to the radio. So for me, I'm lucky. I'm in my own little area. I set up my phone. I turn on YouTube, plays over the speakers, and I just listen, watch while I work. So I get through so many videos.
That's cool.
That's great.
Nice.
That's great.
Nice. You were talking about where to go. Shock Vision. This is the box that Hank sent me. Hank Thompson, out of Utah. It's a Shock Vision version of Space Invaders.
Oh, yeah.
Well, it's just a regular Atari card. I've never actually put it in my Atari over there to try it out, but it's kind of neat just to have something different like that, right? Shock Vision.
Have you guys ever seen the Intellivision Pitfall that has a different label? It's like almost like the Atari artwork on it. It doesn't have that classic green. I found one at a game store, but I decided not to pick it up because I wasn't sure, but it was definitely an Intellivision cartridge. It's a variant of Pitfall in like a blue label with like some weird comic book artwork, but not him swinging from the vine, not the original green. And I think they still have it. And I'm like, if it ends up being something rare and I passed up, I'm gonna be mad. But I think they still have it because I don't think anyone's really looking for it.
No, this is the Digiplay one, but it really doesn't look any different.
No, it literally has the same. It's this. Well, I know this is D2K, but it's the same like Activision style cartridge like this, but it's got this blue different artwork on it, and I don't know if it was just from overseas or Australia or something, but it's not Digiplay. It was something. It looked like kind of like what one of the Atari ones had. But I'd never seen it, and I told the guys like, oh, that's got to be ColecoVision, or that's got to be Atari.
Oh wow, that's
Digiplay. No way.
That's so
Yeah,
cool.
Digiplay. Cool.
Wow. You should open a museum.
Right?
Wow.
Charge admission.
We need to show you C-Marts.
Yeah.
This is just.
There aren't many of the Auramat Seal console. Those are the systems that were meant to play Bomb Squad with no Intellivision.
Wow.
Oh. Well, there you go.
Wow.
And you need the Intellivoice for Bomb Squad badly.
Well, I can't remember. That was Indie Core, INTV Core. By the time they did that, right? They sent it down.
Yeah.
Sent them all to Mexico to get rid of them, and it's like, no, they don't need that.
I still love Bomb Squad and B-17 Bomber. I just think those games were so far ahead of their time.
Oh yeah,
Mm-hmm.
for sure.
Farragut said he's seen those Pitfall carts, Chuck.
Oh, guessing they ran out of labels. Yeah, that makes sense because it was just it just made it was. I didn't. There was no box with it. It was in their box of carts, and I to be honest, I should have got it. I think they wanted like $20 for it, and I'm like, I'm not going to spend that for freaking Pitfall.
Yeah, but how long ago was that?
It was about a month ago that I saw it.
It might be worth just to have, and it's a conversation piece.
Oh, the original DK, yeah. And then the DK Arcade Electro Night, right? Yeah.
Mhm.
Special edition.
There's a special edition.
Oh, special edition! Wow.
And then this is the regular one.
Yep.
And then, of course, slightly different color box. That's a variant. Have to have it.
Nice.
This one's like purple. It's hard to tell. This one's purple. This is the one that you guys have.
Yeah, yeah.
And then this one, signed by Carl. I don't know if can you see it?
Oh yeah, to the
Oh,
left
yeah.
of the logo.
Oh yeah, there it
At
is.
the bottom.
Neat.
Cool. I like Big Block's comment here. Gallo will sell no wine before it's time, but Casey will buy Intellivision anytime.
They do fund all this.
Oh yeah, there's Willie pumping in about that being a variant. The ones that you guys got. So Jeff's got the same one then, obviously, right?
Jeff and DJC have that same one with the purplish front.
Right.
Oh yeah, yeah, you're right.
The buggy version.
Very cool.
It's so awesome to see all these young people collecting television games now. I started in 1982 and I love playing them, but wasn't actually collecting them. Now I realize how I could have had them all.
Oh man, look at all those D2Ks.
Wow.
These are going to a few other collectors that want the variant color.
That's awesome, man.
Look at this, Chuck.
Oh wow, seen ones asking for well, I'm gonna go back to that certain game store that I'm not gonna mention where I know where it's at.
Where do
I was about to drop a name and I was like, no.
Hey guys, unfortunately I'm gonna have to drop late dinner tonight. But Pete,
Right
thank you for having me on. Thank you for having us all on. Thank you for everything you do.
Right
and,
on. Thank you. I appreciate it.
And thanks for being a great friend and look forward to many more years of both.
Beautiful. Thank you, man.
All right.
Have a good night. Say hello to Catherine for us.
Will do.
Today.
Take care, guys. Good seeing you all.
We'll be talking tomorrow, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Have
Take
a good
care.
one, guys.
That's a good question from StashNet right there. So this is a position of a lady who watches our channels. So I don't know if StashNet's really a collector. Jeff, do you know?
Not that I know of, but I honestly don't know.
Yeah, and if there was three things that only three things that you keep, what would they be?
Is that including games and systems? Like you only have three items?
3 individual items.
Mine would have to be my LTO Flash, my modded Intellivision original.
Yeah.
And Robo Warrior for NES. I don't know.
Right on. How about Jeff? You got
my LTO, I got everything, so I'm good to go. Like, I mean, it would suck not to have my physical, but I mean, if I had to give it up, this would have everything. You know?
I would
keep off. Thank you, man. Thank you so much.
I can't really see it, but right here is my complete in box Saturn Bomberman.
Oh yeah,
I would not give that up.
Yeah,
man, JD just left too. Jeez.
Right across
Inside
here
joke.
is a Asteroids Deluxe cocktail table.
Oh,
I love that. And then over there, I've got a Turbo Express.
Oh, now
That'd
that's
probably be what I
fine.
would keep out of those three.
Yeah, maybe I'll switch that to Air Zonk or Parasol stuff. One of my turbo games, maybe.
Yeah, you have one chance. You already blew it.
Whatever. I got the LTO. I don't care. Plenty of games.
Casey, what about you? If you had to start over again,
I don't like this question.
Huh?
Yeah.
I cannot get rid of my Intellivision stuff ever again.
There you go.
I hear you.
Yeah. This does not compute.
It stresses me out.
So Casey, why did you get rid of it originally? You just didn't think you'd play it ever again, or?
Well, I was spending all my time, all my money, working overtime, buying everything, and then I was getting married, instant family. I had a stepdaughter, so space, time, money, and she couldn't understand why I needed 800 square feet of piled Intellivision items. So I sold it all, had a nice wedding, and regretted it every day since.
Selling the games.
I actually didn't sell it all. I have probably 50 bankers boxes and the black and yellow totes. I have tons of them with commons and semi-rare games. I never sold those. I got rid of everything that was easy to sell for a lot of money.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like all the Fortress games.
Oh. Yeah. You had did you have a Philly Classic at one time?
Yes. I had all the number 4s.
Wow.
Wow.
So 4,
And I had a
14,
backup
24.
They made a box for that, right? Or just cartridges?
Yes. It was the same box as the regular non-Philly Classic. The Philly Classic just had a little bit of extra writing on the label.
Right.
And they were signed. If you bought it, he signed, left you a little note for your name.
Joe. Right?
Yeah, Joe Zabisiak. Yeah. I met him as well.
See you around PRGE? I don't know. I don't even know where he lives. I don't know where he's from. If he's out California.
I heard he's coming this year as well.
Oh, good. Good. Lance, what are your 3 things? What?
That's a tough question, Pete.
Say that again, Casey. Sorry.
I said I am buying Papa Pete his first beer at PRGE.
Right on.
Or the first 10, whatever you want.
What is that? I need to try to make it out there. That seems to be the place to be. That's in October, right?
I probably won't still be drinking beer by then. I don't know.
Everybody drinks at PRGE.
Time to pick it back up. I think I'm gonna have to miss work for that.
So really, why do they do the races on the weekends, Lance?
Yeah,
I drive there.
Oh wow!
3 things, Lance. That is a tough question.
It's a tough question because it's like for me, in television is something you grew up with. So I wasn't necessarily a collector. I was just a player. I just wanted to fill out the collection, and then started up again maybe 15 years ago. And I'm probably around 94, 95 of the 125.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm trying to think. That's tough. Most of what I have is, commons, semi-commons. I mean, the most expensive game I'm trying to think was I have Congo Bongo, but just the card.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did buy a repro box for it, but
I'm
not a big fan of the game though. So that's tough.
Congo Bongo's a hard one to find, man. Like that's one I haven't really seen at all.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that.
Good God.
Oh, and it's molded in. Yeah, nice.
It's the Intellivision console suitcase, briefcase, whatever it is.
Nice.
Didn't the keyboard component fit in there, or no? Or is that just for the console?
That one's just for the console.
Oh, okay.
I got that from the Hankster.
Ah. Nice. I never even seen one of those before. Didn't know they existed.
I saw it when I collected years ago, but this is the first one I've owned.
Now, would it probably be just for the salesman who went store to store selling the things?
No, I think I
don't sounds really like what it could have been.
I think it's just to store it. You could take it to someone's house, or
I don't remember them ever being for sale, Casey. Though, and when it was out, I was
5 when I got my Intellivision. I remember games. I don't remember anything like that. I remember going to the store and getting games. That's about it.
I mean, I remember when we first get into it, it was like, can't wait for this keyboard component to come out. That's how early it was, right? And there was never a mention about a case. So what I'm thinking of is like, but the salesman who went around probably would have had something like this to take a demo unit to show people. So this is what you want to bring in your store. That's just a theory. But
well, I think on one of the Intellivisionaries, they had an interview with a guy who did something like that, went store to store to demo it, and that would make sense. Because I don't think that was for commercial use.
If they were,
it wasn't in the catalogs
back then. I can't fathom that I would have never seen one before.
It looks like those cases from Blockbuster, where you'd rent a system.
The rental ones, yeah.
Put it in there.
But I'll tell you this: there was no rentals back then. They didn't rent them.
That's true. Yeah, there wasn't doing any video games.
So
the first rentals I remember were like Nintendo.
Salvador says probably a rental case, but I don't believe that renting wasn't a thing until the NES.
We had a rental place that did Atari cartridges back when they were so popular. It was an old Photomat, one of those little box buildings in the middle of the parking lot, but they actually rented out Atari games back then.
Conversational French on cassette? Are you kidding me? Wow.
Fantastic.
That's unbelievable.
I have the original manual to the KC component and lots of other paperwork. I just need the unit.
Damn.
I had one It was close by us, LA, about a year and a half ago. They wanted 5,000, and it was boxed. And I thought it was a scam, and it was really far and a lot of money to go to LA and chance it, and I really regret it. But
well, yeah. What is Korgs that Hasselhoff was saying?
That is in Columbus, Ohio.
Is that like a retro gaming show?
It is, yeah.
That'd be closer to me. I'd drive to that.
Yeah.
Paul and Rick are going to be at that one, I believe.
Is Paul going again this year?
To Korgs?
Yeah.
I thought I heard that Rick and Paul were going this year. I know Paul and C-Mart will be at PRGE, but I was pretty sure Paul and Rick are going to Korgs, but not C-Mart.
See, last year Paul and Rick went, and because Rick's there, Rick goes every year, but Paul flew because Paul has family in that area too, so he sort of made it a double,
makes it easier.
Reason trip, right? Visited family while he was there, but I didn't know. I hadn't heard anything about him going this year. I haven't talked to him in a while though either. So, but I do know they went last year. They've done shows. There's some episodes. There's an episode last year, about an hour-long episode, which is tiny for the Intellivisionaries podcast. Only an hour. Holy cow! Just about Korgs. Paul and Rick being there, and I was actually talking with them while they were there. And C-Mart had them running all over everywhere looking for stuff.
Yep. Buy me stuff.
Exactly.
When I found the podcast, I believe I listened to every episode, and they're long. Within a few weeks' time, I was listening at work. I was addicted. I just listened nonstop. Breaks, lunch, the whole time I worked. I went through all of them. Then I was like, what do I do now?
You watch Papa Peak. That's what you do.
Papa Peak. I watch a lot of you guys.
My video today was from the heart. I've heard that this morning. I got to thank Lance because Lance is always telling us this happened so many years ago, and he reminded me that he sent a video thing in our chat saying that about 40 years ago today was Goodbye Farewell and Amen. It's like, I can remember the day, and I wasn't as big of a MASH fan then as I am now because it was a different era and stuff, but that's why I just did a little video. I did a post on there, basically the same thing, and I love that show. I could talk about that show all the time because it's just so many. I'd love to be able to do more videos about it, to be quite honest, than I've done. I've only done 2, including this little one. But anyway.
Well, one thing about that.
Go ahead.
So that episode where they have goodbye. Oh, there you go. Where they have goodbye spelled out in the sandbags. That's iconic.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Hey, I do have one rare thing that Casey doesn't have. It's the only thing that I have that he doesn't have, I think, is this. I'm sorry. I didn't need to. I had to do it.
Name your price.
Thanks for stopping in.
Name your price.
Awakening.
No price. It's unreplaceable. We'll say that.
Everything has a price.
That's true. We'll talk off air. No.
Well, one thing about that's responsible for bringing a lot of us together.
That's what I always said too. It's of anything, right?
I've said this all along, as well as I don't care if I ever never play it or whatever. I've met so many dozens and literally dozens of good people, and I've had several people who I was more than happy to put out of my life come to the light. Right. That's much of a benefit,
I always said, Pete, like we were talking the other day on Monday, I was like, I don't think I think about this as much as some other people do. I'm one of the testers, and some people just go so crazy over it, and I'm like, okay, it's just a console. It's been delayed. That's really it. That's really the only real news, Oh, there you go. How many sets do you got?
No, wait a minute. Now, how many GoGameGo variants do you have of Brain Duel?
Wait, what is it? How many?
2 sets.
Nice.
Oh, see, I got 3, but I opened one of them. And I kept the other 2 sets sealed.
I bought Dynablaster because I really wanted to have one open and look at it, and I will not open mine. So I bought one just so I could look through it and open it.
Okay, Brain Duel. Can you look through the bottom or through the top and see which? Because it's backwards, right?
Oh, you got the GoGameGo variant.
GoGameGo variant. You don't have to open it. We found out. And then there was another one C-Mart found that did that.
I think Tommy's got a GoGameGo variant for the set that he's got.
Yeah, but there's another game where the same thing happened. It was flipped.
What do you have to look at?
To see if the quarter is on, or the coin
Look
is
at
on the top or the bottom.
Yeah, look
You
at the
can see
top
through.
of all your
They're at the top.
game.
Yeah, because that's how they're supposed to be. Yeah, because the variants, it would have the card on top and the coins flipped to the bottom.
Then my Intellivision shirt, I had given a bunch of Intellivision items to TJ, and this was early on. Tommy saw that, and he sent me an Amico shirt.
Nice.
Cool.
So
Dude, the worst thing, and I said it in the chat earlier, I was like, I figured I was gonna like challenge Tommy to old school baseball. I'm like, hey, I'm a player, but I haven't played it in a while. And I was like, oh, you know, he's busy. When does he have time to play Intellivision Major League Baseball on the original system? So I brought my flashback to Boston, and I know Atari Creep, Chris is in there. He knows because he has it on his channel, the recording of it or the live stream of it. And I was like, yeah, man. And he's like, what's this overlay? And he just throws the overlay, and he's like, all right. Like the score, he like strikes me out, scores. I'm like, whoa, wait, what, huh? What just happened? And he's like, I thought you were good, man. And I was like, he's like, dude, I play this once a week at least. And I was like, oh my God, like the dude is good at games, like really good. And I did not think that I would get beat.
There you go. Here's
Go to
the
PRGE.
I would love to go to PRG. Yeah, I really want to.
I'm like 6 hours from Tommy. If he said let's play, I would drive to play.
That would be cool. That would be very cool.
So I never said my three things. I don't know what the hell I know what they are.
Oh, your three, yeah.
I know what number one is. I don't, you know what? It's like I'll look back at those can go. You know, that's fun. I love the Xbox collection. I love
it's
that. But that's not
Hey, Pete,
sentimental.
your brother's 2609?
That would be the number one. Yeah. I would never get rid of that. That would be the one thing that I have left. If everything else was gone. I don't even need games. I can get games.
No, you got one of these, right?
Yeah, there you go. You know,
worry about it. You got everything.
Go too, because there'd be something else. I'd probably, you know, I figured that I've kept my 2600. I was sitting on my living room floor, and my mother stepped over it and stepped onto the back of the back of where the electrical thing. Here's
the power connector.
What? Here's my friggin' adapter. So this was stuck in the back. She stepped in. Come out of there. She stepped on this, and it basically just snapped out the inside. Okay. I've kept that now for 40 years. That will be 40 years, I think, in probably this year that happened. It's never worked since. I've had it apart once. I swear I can get it working again. I would never get rid of that. If I've kept that old broken Atari, my original Atari, for 40 years, I'm not getting rid of it now.
I'm wondering if that's just like a 2 solder points or 3 solder points.
It is. It is. I know that. Yeah, it is for sure. I can fix it. I just haven't. And it's like, I don't know.
I'd probably give it to somebody. I would never mess with it, but yeah.
I've got 6 more Ataris here to play, so I'm good. But that's my Atari as a kid. Same as like if I go over and I look and sitting over here, which you can't really see, but and I've showed you this before, Jeff, and I think I probably drug it out on streams before, but I lost all the boxes and all my games when I was a kid.
Yeah, I think it is.
Then I found this at my brother's house.
Oh, no.
Which these are the only thing that's left from my childhood Atari collection.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
So I've replaced all these games with complete in-box copies, but what's kind of neat about it is if not that one, I go back to this one. I was always kind of upset because I had the text version of the game. You open that up here. I've got all kinds of combat, and I thought that's kind of sucks because I'd rather have the picture version. So I drew my own picture.
Nice. Oh, look at the biplanes.
So you can see from the tape that's been on there since like 1981. I was like 11, 12, 13. I don't know. But so at this point, it's a combat cartridge, but I'd give up basic math to keep my combat cartridge, right?
So Pete, you said 40 years ago, your mom stepped on your Atari. 40 years ago is when MASH ended. That was a terrible year for you. 1983 is a bad year for Papa.
Yeah. But let me say this about MASH ending. If it hadn't have ended, it wouldn't have lived on the way it did and repeats over and over and over again. It probably would have jumped the shark like totally because it was bad enough as things get old. So all good things must come to an end, but in other ways they live on. So,
well, look at it this way: it ended before they could bring in Ted McGinley.
They didn't have to bring in him to kill it, did they?
He auditioned, Lance, and they decided to just shut it down.
He couldn't fit in Klinger's dress.
Oh.
Anyway, so that's like my Atari, my combat cartridge, and my brother-in-law's Intellivision. Those
What
are my
about your 3D tic-tac-toe for Atari?
Oh.
Or even better, the 3D GoGameGo.
I still need 3D tic-tac-toe because all I have is this one.
3D GoGameGo.
Yeah, that's all I have. So I don't know.
Pete, who made that for you? I wouldn't mind getting like a cool box made, man. Who made that for you?
I made that.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna talk after the show.
No, I'm just gonna.
Is it just a piece of paper?
It's just a piece of paper slid in the front.
Oh, you just printed out a paper in the front of it, and everything else is okay. I got you. That looks pretty cool, though.
It looks good. It's the right color, and it worked well for the clip that I did, right, Jeff?
It worked very well.
All right, let's go back and look at some of the other things. Luke puts in, he keep his French Canadian sleeve games, my collection of Intellivision collector releases. Right on. And my Ultimate Flashback. Now, yeah, Ultimate Flashback, because that does, you're absolutely right. So I was just going sentimental, but I've done videos before where I talk about some of the things that I never get rid of, and basically I'd never get rid of stuff that people have given me. In general, that's just my sort of model. A lot of people have given me some been awfully generous and given me some wonderful things. And I still, even though I have them, if I gave something to somebody, they had to get rid of it. They had to get rid of it. That's their choice. Once I give it to them, it's theirs. But I just sort of feel like when somebody gives me something, especially, it's like
same way, man.
I'm not going to get rid of it. It's not mine to get rid of. It's mine because it's more that somebody appreciated what I'm trying to do enough to give me something. Then I respect that and I appreciate that. And I'm not going to be getting rid of it, right? Like, yeah, there you go. Perfect.
Right, I'm never getting rid. Well, obviously, I would never get rid of the LTO because it's like everything. But yeah, like I think any of these, when we talk about like getting rid of stuff, I think everything else can be replaced, but these homebrews, never, like a Televania, D2K, Cloudfire, Beachhead, Ms. Pac-Man, Wizard of War, Vanguard, like all this stuff, man. I just enjoy it so much. I could never sell it. So it's funny as like I know they're worth a lot after like Ms. Pac-Man's up there. A few other ones are up there that I got. Sydney Hunters, but I have a special edition. But like I would never, like, those are not leaving my shelf ever, unless I'm dead and it's like an estate sale. Like that'd be the only way.
Luke sort of started the whole thing when he sent me that literally my next pickup video is episode 150. Okay, I don't know how bizarre that is or whatever. I don't care. I like making them. I'm going to keep making them. But I remember always the one number that I always remember is episode number 61, because when Luke sent me a box of games and he just said, open them up on camera, make sure you're recording it when you're opening it. And it's like, oh my God, it was a Super Cobra and Tutankhamun and a sealed one to open up. And it was like, ever since that moment, like that was one of the things when I did the video saying 3 or 5, whatever things I would never get rid of my collection. I don't know. That was like number 1 or something like that. And then, just incredible, the generosity, right? So get back to it. I just wanted to point out how much that, that's awesome. Casey, what you've done for us, we really appreciate it as well.
Absolutely, man.
Pete, I still haven't
Amazing.
sent you yours.
I don't know what to say other than, oh boy.
You want
Be
a live
excited.
choice? You want a live choice between two items?
No. You choose. You choose. And doesn't matter which one of those two you choose, I am going to be friggin' thrilled. Is that fair? No, really.
I
Seriously.
kind of want to see the live choice.
Live choice.
Luke talking about the French Canadian sleeve games. I know how much he's worked on those. So Casey,
Oh
right on there.
man, I think I saw one of those.
All right. This.
What?
That's a 125 that I need.
I know.
Wow.
Or the sealed VCS.
Learning fun.
I was going to say, Pete, take the game.
Take the learning fun, dude.
I'll be quite honest. If I was, first of all, value is not really where I go, but the learning fund is like they were not making any more of those in any situation.
Right.
Yeah.
And it is something that I love. I love. You know, you say, okay, you have to get rid of every game for everything except for one console. Which ones am I keeping? Right?
Yeah.
You know, so that's huge. That's yeah. Know what I'm saying?
And another step closer.
Wow.
Awesome.
Well, thank you.
It's
To
fantastic.
your sister?
I guess. Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
So what's
Thank
that leave you, Pete?
Supposed to be appreciating my members and appreciating my viewers and subscribers.
Big block.
I'm getting presents.
So you down to 8 then with that?
6.
6. Geez.
Wow.
And the thing is I could be down to 5 quite quickly because I've just been toying with the somebody selling the one that you sent the other day on the chat, Lance, for Mind Strike.
Oh, Mind Strike, yeah.
They had it it's sort of, and like I figured that I can get Mind Strike sometime, right? But they had it listed for $19.90 plus $5 shipping. So I sent them an offer of $20, and it got there. That's the game. They refused
That's
it.
both of them.
Oh, is it a gatefold and a top opener?
Yeah.
Right.
Oh wow. So
Nice.
they refused my offer, and then I went back and they had raised the price to $45 from the open because nobody had bid on it. So, they could change the price. So
Didn't sell it, so let's raise it.
I get started. I said, I don't really like that a whole lot. So I sent him like $2 or $3 more and sent it to him again. I didn't get it, but they've lowered it now and it's still not sold. So I sent him the same offer they did the first time, the last time. And
It'll
I
happen.
don't know if I'll get it or not. I might, but Mind Strike's one that's quite easy to get.
It's easy to get.
Yeah.
I was actually going to send you one of these, and then I realized it was the gatefold.
Oh yeah. Keep those two variants. Only gatefold and flip top I have for ECS. The two variants is Scooby-Doo's Maze Chase, and
There's
goes back to again that's
one from
generosity of somebody, right? Because
there's 3 of them.
3 different Scooby-Doos.
No, gatefolds for the ECS.
Okay.
There's Mind Strike, Melody
Yes.
Blaster, and Scooby-Doo.
No,
Okay.
Mine's flip top.
actually, if Luke's still there, Luke sent
I've
me. a
never
heads
played
up.
this either. I've never played. Well, I guess you have to have the ECS to play it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Oh, those are neat. Those are neat.
Cool.
That was I bought a lot of stuff from Respawn and Replay for the Xbox collection, and he's a great guy. Like I always promote, and I'm telling you, every one of you right now, if you are into buying protectors, box protectors, his price in Canadian is lower than the American prices, and the shipping is just as good, for Pete's sake. So it's fantastic. Even though they come out of Montreal, it's easy even to ship to the States. But anyway, he said, hey, I got this here and I haven't sold it. It's just sort of kicking around. Do you want it? And he sent me a copy of Scooby-Doo's Maze Chase Gatefold. And it was beautiful. And then recently he said, hey, I did another, like my fourth order or something like that. It was in my pickup video. And he says, I got this here too. And I don't know. I don't want it. Do you want it? It was the European Ice Trek complete box. So I've gotten a lot of Xbox games from him.
Nice mug.
Intellivision collector for all your television gaming
needs.
And
a GoGameGo.
Oh, nice.
All right,
I showed them off earlier. You missed them.
I'm not very good at following the chat.
Luke's asking which 6 games do you still need?
Okay, yeah. So the 6 games that I need are Jetsons Way with Words, Way with Worlds, Way with Words, Way with Words. My Strike, Learning Fun 2, yeah, Congo Bongo, Stadium Bub Buggies, and Spiker. That's it.
Those are the big ones.
Those are big ones, other than Mind Strike, right? And Jetsons isn't too bad.
It's hard to find.
I don't find the prices. If I probably should have had it by now. Let's put it that way.
I've made a mess.
Now, was Jetsons, was that the one that started out as the Charlie Chaplin game?
I'm not sure. I have not heard that story before.
I haven't heard that.
Where'd you hear that, Lance?
I think it was in Intellivisionaries, or maybe it was another podcast. But I want to say it was Keith Robinson, but they were talking about at the time, Intellivision or Mattel was big into licenses. So they would go around and see what games guys were starting. And they had just bought all this Hanna-Barbera licenses. Oh, make that one into this. But there was a game that was going to originally be a Charlie Chaplin game. And I think it was Jetsons. I'm not exactly sure.
There you go.
You know, that's why I like it. You have Scooby-Doo in a weird game.
Yeah.
And the Jetsons, you know.
I mean, a couple that didn't get printed was what? Flintstone Keyboard Fun and Yogi's Frustration or something like that it's called. This is another thing. I don't know if anybody's on. One thing that I want to learn how to do is I want to learn how to play ECS games on my Ultimate Flashback. I could turn on the folder and stuff in it and get them to run, but I don't know if I have a very good.
Same here. I tried it on the LTO, but it wouldn't.
Thanks, Michael.
It wouldn't start.
Yeah. Well, it was a little bit. Did you have the ECS hooked up?
Well, I don't have an ECS. That's the thing.
Then it's not going to start. But with the Ultimate, the ECS exec basically is there. I can get it to go.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know about just putting a keyboard or what.
You'd have to have like a virtual keyboard come up.
Yeah, well, you can hook a keyboard to your Ultimate Flashback. I really think you can. There's a flea market near me with some Intellivision games. Pretty sure they have some sealed Mind Strike. Wow. Well, you know,
nice.
I don't know. Like, I've been bantering around this guy. I could have this Mind Strike for $25 American right now. And not that I'm not paying $25 for it, but I'm not all that worried about it. It's sort of the way they threw the prices up and down. It sort of was kind of weird. But speaking of generosity, and Steve Jones, who makes these fantastic boxes, I'll show you these real quick. I think I might have shown these to you before, some of you guys, but I'll go solo. And these are just neat because I love the Sears boxes, right? And Steve sent me these ones with the stuff for PRGE and stuff last year. We got Super Video Arcade Star Wars The Empire Strikes Back. And of course, back, the whole shoot match there is beautiful. We got Pitfall right there. That's nice. Everybody's favorite game. We actually, Chuck and Jeff, wouldn't it be fair to say that we both, all three of us, kind of like this game a lot more after playing it than we?
Yeah, I thought it was fun.
Yeah, it wasn't bad actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
Although my box is better, Pete.
He's got the ultimate box.
You
Yeah.
do have the ultimate Happy Trails box. It exists. That's I sent it to him, so it was. It looks like somebody set something down, glued it to the front, and ripped the whole front page. Anyway.
Oh, nice.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, here's another great one. Activision game.
Beam Rider. Yeah.
And this is cool because I've never seen this take on this game before. But look at this.
What?
Look at that.
That is
What is
really cool
happening
freaking
there?
artwork.
It's beautiful artwork. I don't know. I don't understand what's happening though.
Let's see. Let's see. So I've tried to read the chat now. I'll keep going through these first. I only got a couple more to go. Defender, and we all love Defender too, didn't we?
Oh yeah, just a great game.
I'll take Nova Blast. Thank you.
Yeah,
Super Pro version.
That is actually
Centipede, nice.
Centipede. That reminds me of Pixels. That the way he looks.
Really cool box art. Neat too. I'm almost through them all. So Burger Time. Then of course you have the Parker Brothers game. And I've got one more to show you. This is probably the most infamous game of the bunch. It is definitely the greatest game ever produced and put out by Intellivision Revolution. It's just phenomenal. I can't talk about it well enough. I know it's C-Mark's favorite game of all time.
I knew it was going to be
He has all versions ×2.
That's right. So that is friggin' lovely. I got to go check the chat. There's lots going on in the chat here.
Oh, those are fantastic.
They
need to do. It'd be cool to see like a Sears take on some of the Coleco games because those Coleco boxes are so horrific.
Bland, eh? Just plain old bland. That
just
was
played once.
Let's see, just say it. I just saw that real quick without scrolling up. That was rejected Atari art. Well, I tell you, there's nothing to be rejected out of any of those. Those are friggin'. I like those.
Steve Jones makes a lot of great boxes.
Oh, you saw that from him. There's Steve. There's thank me for the ECS exec. I got to get it working sometime though, William. Maybe I'll talk to you about it. I don't know if you know how to get it going on my system or not. There you go. StashNet is like I gotta say I'm kind of being a dick too. Because I mean I could just now they've lowered the price, I could just go buy it. But it's just somebody they got like a couple hundred feedback. So they're trying to sell stuff. They just didn't know what they had. What they had, they could have priced maybe $10 more, but they went overboard when they did it. So I don't really think they're doing bad. But it's just, it's not a game that like I'm desperate to get from that particular source. So I sort of make it sound like they're being worse than they are, but it's just, I got the feeling it's a little inexperience on their part. Here we go. You need to use the Ultimate with a USB keyboard plugged into a USB slot. So mine's right here. I use the USB keyboard. Oh, I got it all wired in here. It's not plugged in though. So when I hook this up, see, I just plug my keyboard in here, which is the same thing I use when I'm loading ROMs and changing artwork and stuff, right? I used that in the video that I did that was how to load ROMs via USB onto my drive. I did a video which actually went over really well. A lot of people watched that. And I did it partially just because to see if I could make a video like that. And I'll figure that one out. I'll get some USB games going sometime. All right. Everything's quiet. Am I still alive?
We're all frozen.
There's Steve saying those are the last remnants. He did 20 Mattel games and 20 more, including these ones here. That's cool. Oh, there you go. Luke's gonna throw me in. And Creeper's right. Beam Rider's fantastic. We all really enjoyed that game too, didn't we, guys?
Yeah, that was a fun one.
Luke, the artwork's amazing. It really is. Those are freaking beautiful.
That Pac-Man one is out of control.
Yes, like I've never seen that take.
It's like an astronaut running from like this weird alien with a gigantic. It's just so crazy. That'd make a good poster.
Kurt asked Casey how he's getting into it, how he get into his collections. That's awesome. There you go. And does anybody have that book? Tim Lapatino?
Yep,
I've got it right over there. It's a wonderful book.
He also did one with as a poster book. It was really big, and it's meant to you can pull them out and frame them. That's a whole separate one. It's really cool.
I've seen. Do you have that one too, Jeff?
Yeah.
Did you take stuff out of it?
I haven't even unsealed it, to be honest.
Yeah, no, I understood.
The Art of Atari is open, and I've looked through it, but the other one I haven't done because I'm not sure what I want to do with it yet. It would be cool.
Right over there.
Would be cool to cut them all out, to be honest, and if you're going to frame them and put them up.
It's kind of like this, though. It's like wall space is always at a premium. Fair enough.
Well, that's true. I put it in my bedroom above the headboard. My wife wouldn't mind.
Well, right, you should put it in the bedroom. Just do the ceiling with Atari artwork, and right over there in the corner by the Go Game Aquarium.
I'm guessing she's not watching because I didn't hear her screaming from down the hall.
Just get a game room, Jeff.
Pac-Man one, yeah, okay, understood.
You guys mentioned artwork. I wish Intellivision brought back their Running Man poster made out of the 125 box.
Yeah,
I have that one.
There's got to be a way to pull up that, like, a picture of it and be able to just print it out or make your own through, VistaPrint or something.
Possibly, yeah. If you could get a high enough resolution one, because
that's the thing, is you'd have to get a high resolution pic or scan of it.
Both are great, yeah, for sure. And I've looked on Amazon a couple of times at the poster book and just thought, well, I'm not going to take them out. Am I even going to be able to look at them? And I just didn't get that one. I got just the main one. Well, guys, geez, we've been almost 2 hours here, guys. This is awesome. Oh. Thank you so much for joining me.
It was fun.
Well, guys, subscriber appreciation night. Everybody in chat who's watching, thank you so much for joining us, not only tonight, but watching all my videos, joining us in the live streams, whether it's in television or Atari or ColecoVision, or I don't know, I got to do some more stuff. Got to get into the Xbox stuff. If you guys, what do you think? What should I go into next? What should I try to do? More Atari, more Coleco, more, just throwing things out there. I suppose Xbox is
I think Xbox would be cool. I mean, you got a ton of them.
Elephant in the room, right?
That's cool.
Yeah.
I still love the 125 shows, and I know there's a lot more is involved in making those, but those are fantastic, Pete.
How about more in television?
Never do too much in television.
Right.
What about
we get talking like, we should start doing the. We talked. Chuck and I were talking about this after the show last night. He got talking where he did his Donkey Kong arcade live, and it's like, we could do that live. But then I wouldn't have any content to put on my channel. I know one video.
Have the video with it.
Maybe once I retire, I'll be able to have some more time to do other things. But then when I retire, my honey-do list will go from that long to that long, right? But anyway, I agree. The 125 is something I wish I was doing. I also feel extraordinarily guilty for not having as much a recent Inti Homebrew News and Spotlight, but it's been pretty quiet. And on that note, guys, with the Inti Homebrews, it's been crickets with the Inti Homebrew Awards as well. But I was talking to Carlos 2 weeks ago. I briefly was talking to C-Mart, who's sort of guiding the committee, and that will happen very shortly. The Atari ones are over now, the Atari Homebrew Awards. So we got to get these ones underway and get them done. I'd say it'll probably be April by the time it happens now, but we have to do those very soon. So just if those of you who aren't on Atari Age, if you're into the Intellivision Homebrew community, seriously, join Atari Age, go into Atari Age in the Intellivision section. And there's all kinds of great talk. Some of it's way over my head, like the technical stuff, but I just enjoy learning about the different games and all the different people involved. And it really is a fantastic community. And I know Casey is very Inti Casey on Atari Age, correct, Casey?
Yeah, INTV Casey.
Yeah, INTV Casey. So I always call it Inti. It's INTV. But it's a great group on there, wouldn't you say?
Oh yeah, I love being on there.
Yeah, and I'll have the show where we announce all the nominees, all the different categories, and there will be an open vote on Atari Age where you can go vote, and then we'll have the award ceremony probably 3 or 4 weeks after that initial date. So that initial announcement. So that is to come. I will have more Inti Homebrew News and Spotlight. It's not dead. It's just slow. And it's the exact same. The 864. Here you go. Yeah.
Give you something to do in retirement, Pete.
I'm already doing the 864 though, Jeff. It's just they're shorts.
Yeah, that's true.
Right?
And that's going to take a long time to get through.
I'm about 10% through though. Right? So anyway, guys, once again, thank you to you 4 for 5. JD's gone out. You guys for joining me here live. And thank you all for watching. Maybe next time, you see this, it's a lot of fun just to come on here and shoot the breeze and talk about everything we like. I know it's fun to chat, but think about coming on. If you're a member, you're always free. We're going to have some of these chats a little bit more often now. We'll also be having some members only chats or members only videos. There's only been 1 or 2. It's hard pressed, but that's what we'll do. So anyway, guys, any other last comments? Jeff, what's going on tomorrow night on GoGameGo?
We're doing a GoGameGo live. We'll be having an open chat. And Thursday, I have an Atari video. Saturday, a Nintendo video.
Right on. Chuck, what do you got coming up?
Well, I was supposed to do Turbo Tuesdays today, and I said nope, and came on here. So,
you just can't get away from streaming. You stream every day of the week.
I just wanted to take a off. Then I was going to come on here and chat, and then I was like, what the heck? I'll come on. But no, I have tomorrow's Amico Forever. Obviously, there's no news yet, so as always, whatever. But so we're doing open world stuff like Grand Theft Auto, Red Dead. Also talking about classic platformers and stuff like that. That's tomorrow night, and then 3DO Thursdays I got coming up is Samurai Showdown SNK game for 3DO.
Oh, right on.
Oh, nice.
So many different systems. Really, the neat different systems too that you're not seeing much of, right?
Oh, and Vanguard on Friday for Homebrew Show. I'm playing Vanguard from Intellivision Collector. Yeah. Awesome port. Really awesome.
Beautiful.
I have all 3 of them. The original one with the air, the corrected one, and the little upgrade card.
Upgrade card. Oh, man.
Go get it.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Where'd it go? Seabart's here. Seabart, I just been promising everybody we're going to have the Any Homebrew Intellivision Homebrew Awards 2022. They'll be done and over with in about 6 weeks, so we got to get to it. We'll do it.
Better late than never.
I swear we're close. They're close. And as soon as they we'll get together and I'll get a video out, and then we'll start arranging for the show that for the final. I don't know what we're gonna do. Well, we're gonna do it very similar as we did last year, and it was a lot of fun last year. Jeff will probably help me again, right, Jeff?
Sure.
Yeah, and who was it? You and I, and was it you and I and Luke on it last year? You were there, weren't you?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
I think it was the 3 of us. About the only video that I've done like this without you here to watch my chat for me and help me out is one time Luke and William were on, actually. I don't know if you were busy at that time. I think something was going on that night or whatever like that. Anyway, neither here nor there. Right on. All right, guys. Jason's fault. It's all Jason's fault, so that's all you got to remember. And on that note, thank you again, all you guys, for being part of this community, being part of this channel. And we will see you guys in the next chat and the next video.
Thanks, Pete. Thanks for a great channel.
Thank you.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.